Patrick Bet David on Jubilee, taking the pro-capitalist position. Oh boy, I'm so looking forward to this. I don't know, complete moron. I'm just gonna say complete fucking moron. Argue the merits of fucking capitalism to a bunch of, I'm gonna guess, like, young socialists. And listen, there's someone in there that we can fucking recognize. You can see him right there. I believe that's One Hand Politics, right? That's our boy right there. Shout outs to our boy One Hand Politics. You know, be sure to follow them on fucking Twitch or YouTube. I don't know if they also have a YouTube. Whatever, you know what it is, okay? Lefty solidarity. All right, fucking, we're getting into the Jubilees, the Jubilis, Jubilee.
This is not the United States of Patrick Bet David. This is the United States of America.
Would you take money from a capitalist to help you go see specialist?
I mean, yeah, sure, why not?
But would you also be open to seeing somebody else I choose as a psychologist that may...
No.
You're not.
No.
When you're offering people here jobs.
What? Is Patrick Bet... is he gonna make the fucking unironic argument that, like... Oh, capitalism provides all these, like, different services. Like, does that mean you're gonna fucking accept them? And is he just gonna do, like, 3 IQ fucking hypocrisy burn shit? Because, again, he's just, like, a fucking, like, a complete utter moron. And it's just gonna be, like... I really hope it's not mostly just gonna be, like, uninteresting fucking hypocrisy burn shit. Because that's, like, the most uninteresting shit on the fucking planet, dude.
Right? You're saying that. They would have to pay you money to get that. So in reality, you're trying to convince them to pay you
be
money to be part of your
claims
company.
of defaming. Be very careful defaming when you don't know the facts. I'm Patrick Bet David. I'm an entrepreneur and founder.
Wait, what? Oh, did that guy bring up his fucking old company? That, like, it's basically like an MLM, right? I believe that's the fucking case. Yeah, there's, like, some really fucking sussy shit that Patrick Bet David has with his fucking company, right? Because if you just look at it, and it's just like, oh, alright, so it's a fucking MLM. Yeah, he's a complete scam artist. He's a merchant. He's just a fucking scam merchant. Like, that's like Patrick Bet David in a fucking nutshell.
PBD podcast. Today I'm surrounded by 20 anti-capitalists. My first claim is incentive is the engine of capitalism. Remove it and the system fails.
And so incentive. Oh, there's our boy. All right, listen. Shout out to our boy again. One Hand Politics. Incentive is the engine of capitalism. Remove it and the system fails. So okay. But here's the thing with this particular claim. Anything that has, like, an incentive inherently built within fucking capitalism, if people believe, and that is people in fucking power, do not think that they can make a fucking profit, it's not going to see any fucking, like, material support in order to be a successful potential venture. A lot of boomers, and unironically, like, fucking Gen Xer dipshits as well, embody this sort of, like, attitude. They think, like, you can just, like, kind of innovate your way out of, like, poverty, and just, like, if, like, dude, if you just, like, innovate good enough, and you make, like, a really good fucking solid product, like, you're totally gonna be able to, be able to win at capitalism, and totally have, like, a good, have a great time, sort of, being able to make a lot of fucking money within the system. But that's, like, not really the fucking case. Like, what if I have an incentive to just be, like, the worst piece of shit on the planet? What if my incentive is just to be, like, a miserable fucking wretch? Like, is that a good thing? Like, what about that? What if I just wanted to have an incentive structure to just make money from, I don't know, basically selling as many weapons to the Israeli government as possible? That's an incentive structure. That's not really a good thing. The problem is that capitalism, sure, a lot of it is driven off of incentive, but incentive for who exactly? Typically for people on the top, typically people who have more money, the capital owners, the bourgeoisie, shit like that, right?
Hey, great to meet you, Patrick.
What's your name?
My name's Mason.
Mason, good to meet you.
He's first.
I'm Valuetainment. I'm a big fan of the channel.
Are you
so,
really?
yeah, I do watch it quite regularly.
Very cool.
I do not agree with your claim. I don't think that incentives are only born out of capitalism.
Okay.
Most capitalist defenders say that incentive is because of scarcity, and people's ability to get what is necessary pushes them to work harder. I disagree with that. I'd say that some of our hardest workers are single moms working 3 to 4 jobs, and the resources that they're able to acquire compared to those that utilize their workers in order to build.
This is pretty much a absolute fucking home run instant fucking taneously, right? I don't know what the fuck was I even saying, right? Like, I should have just said this. Yeah, he's killing it right out the fucking gate. Yeah. Like, the incentive structures that exist is survival. Because the problem with capitalism should be extremely fucking obvious. The fact that you have to do everything possible in order to basically just, well, be able to even fucking live under capitalism, it should not be really the fucking case. Like, you have to be able to put food on the fucking table. It's not all about just fucking, God, what's the fucking term I'm looking for? It's not all just about fucking incentive structures. Like I said before, if I had the incentive structure to be, I don't know, to sell weapons to a particular government that's doing a fucking genocide, is that a fucking good thing, right? Like, would you want that to be, like, a main driving incentive within your main fucking economic system? That might not be a fucking good thing, but unfortunately, that exists nowadays, right? You can just be a terrible human being, right? Like, scammers exist, right? Like, PBD, you yourself are also a fucking goddamn scammer. Like, you've run, like, a fucking MLM fucking business. That's what made you your fucking millions, dude. Like, come on, bro. You had an incentive to just want to make a bunch of fucking money, and you did that through, well, one of the fucking scummiest ways possible.
Profit for their own companies is not equivocal.
So how would you do it? How would you change it?
Yeah, so I think that humans inherently want to be meaningful. They want to contribute to their communities. They want to contribute to society. When you look at depression rates, oftentimes it's people who aren't able to do anything besides laying in their bed and basically barely taking care of themselves. So I think that it's just a human intrinsic value to want to bring value to their community or grander society. Okay, so I don't think that it has to be scarcity alone that scares people into working.
I work for scarcity. I think there's levels to it. You have the survival folks who work for survival to pay their bills. Some work for status, some work for freedom, and some work for legacy. The folks that work 3 or 5 jobs, to pay their bills and do what they're doing, if the incentive wasn't there, they wouldn't work 3 to 5 jobs. Some of the guys that build a bigger business,
what the fuck are you... What incentive? What incentive to just be able to put food on the fucking table? Again, Patrick, there's a problem with that. It is a bad thing that basically everyone has to work as hard as possible, to work 3 to 5 fucking goddamn jobs in order to just be able to pay the bills and put food on the table. That's bad.
That solve a lot of problems.
The incentive there is either I die or I work. That's not really a system that rewards merit. That's a system that pushes people into insecure positions.
Not necessarily. In many cases, we put ourselves in situations as well. But when we're talking
incentive... Are you saying that it's an individual failure for these single mothers that are working 3 to 4 jobs?
For some of them, it is.
Interesting.
For some of them, it is.
I'm glad you bite that bullet, because most
He
people are not
just
going
bit the bullet! Sometimes the single black mom, who has been living in the projects for her whole time, maybe if she fucking worked harder, she would have been able to fucking... not be as impoverished as she is. Maybe that black mom should have just worked harder or something. Worked smarter, maybe. It's complete, utter fucking nonsense, dude.
Say that it's a moral failure of people that are born into poverty that continue to live off cyclical poverty.
Like me, I came from the single mother system. My mother was a single mother. We had, my parents got a divorce twice.
Wait, single mother system? What the fuck is the single mother system, dude? Huh? Single mother system? What, does he think that, like, that the state, like, wants to pump out single mothers like they're fucking, like it's a factory or something? Like, yeah, I'm in my Factorio game right now. I'm about to make the single mother factory. We're gonna make as many single mothers as possible, dude.
Married each other, they divorced, they remarried each other, divorced again. I came up, we didn't have a lot of choices. I joined the army, I got out of that system, kind of wanted to see what I was going to do for myself. Do I stay in the army? Do I get out of the army? I started working in sales. And then the incentive of working harder, eventually I built a good life for myself.
Again, you're totally dismissing the hard work that a lot of these people are putting into for just basic survival. I'd say that mechanics and plumbers and most people working blue-collar jobs that are probably watching this video are working tirelessly day after day.
I don't
but yet
disagree.
They still feel insecure positions to where they don't even know if they're going to be able to afford rent in the next 6 months.
So let me ask
if
you,
most Americans have a $400 to $500 emergency, they can't even afford that with the basic savings that they have. So this is not something that we should celebrate as promises of a system that gives you more if you work harder. We should say that this is something that rewards few, and I'm glad that you're an outlier that's been able to build a lot of success for yourself. I know that you're a multimillionaire. That's fantastic that you have those resources. But the thing is that cannot happen for everybody in society. It's possible for each individual to do it, but not everybody can be a millionaire. That's guaranteed.
I don't think not everybody can be a billionaire or a millionaire, but I do think people can find ways to use their time to effectively increase their market value. And I don't think many people do that. When I talk to people and they tell me, I watch this show, I watch every one of these shows, I watch every one of these.
Okay, like, what the fuck do you mean increase their like, listen, this is how you know that this motherfucker is fundamentally just anti-human. Why the fuck does life have to be nothing more than increasing your fucking market value? Like, you should be asking yourself that fucking question, right? Why are you framing humanity as like that? Like, that's very, very fucking weird. I mean, it shows to you just like the attitude that these fucking weirdos have, that basically it's just like, we're just gonna, listen, people's only value is to exist to just increase their own human shareholder value. That's the only thing that people exist to have. Yeah. I bet PBD doesn't even know that you have to invest a minimum of $3K to start a money market account. Yeah, exactly. That's gonna have like an inherent sort of byproduct and consequence of people not being able to participate in that particular sort of particular sort of market, right? Like in a lot of cases and instances, especially with the system that we have right now. Like, very often, if you don't have any fucking prior investment from, like, your parents or whatever the fuck, like, you're just gonna be saddled with debt for the rest of your fucking life. Like, especially in terms of, like, student loans and shit like that. Like, let's not even fucking talk about student loans. Like, Americans, broadly speaking, and this is, like, all average fucking Americans, most of them are, like, not going to fucking school anymore, getting higher education, simply due to the fact that it's like, dog, I can't fucking pay student loans. That shit's way too fucking expensive. I can't fucking afford to pay any of that shit. I have more important things to pay for, like my fucking rent, like my fucking food, bro. It's crazy. PBD works so hard to increase his wealth. Why is he still such a worthless human being? Damn. Alex coming out with the fucking shooters, dude. Crazy.
These Netflix shows, you can use that time to increase your market value instead of kind of, focus on what's going on with the stories and shows that are out there.
Let's move away from Netflix and TV shows and talk specifically about, do you think that capitalism is a system of merit that rewards people that are of higher merit?
I do.
Okay, so how would you say that this is a meritocracy when we have some people that are born into excessive wealth and some people that are working minimum wage jobs to provide for 3 or 4 kids? How would you say that that's a meritocratic society?
Those are two different things.
They are two different things, very unequal things.
Well, no, not necessarily. The parents get credit for making responsible decisions so they can take care of their kids. The parents get credit.
Meritocracy, though. We're building dynasties of wealth.
Not necessarily. I didn't come from dynasties of wealth.
I know, you're an outlier. I get that individual, but we're talking about systems. Capitalism is a system. It's not an individual testimony.
That you get to use in your advantage. It's a system that's produced the best results than any other economical system. There's not an economical system that's produced better results than this based on the incentive.
Well, the thing is that we don't really have any other economic model to really go off of besides fucking capitalism. So it's kind of difficult to sort of have a counter position to that because we don't know, like, there hasn't been a socialist or a communist system that's been implemented, okay? Cope and seethe about it, Marxist fucking Leninists, okay? There is no actually existing socialist states, okay? Suck my dick, eat my shit, don't give a fuck. That shit does not fucking exist, okay? Cope and seethe and mauled about it. There is no actually fucking existing fucking socialist state. And yeah, there's other fucking models, exactly. Like, we could talk about the EU in terms of, like, regulations. We can talk about the Nordic fucking systems, right? Like, and they produce way more fucking equitable outcomes in comparison to what exists within the United States of America, right? Like, way more fucking equitable, relatively speaking, in terms of most of the fucking I guess sort of like monikers that capitalism measures, I suppose, for lack of a better term. They do significantly better. Yeah, even like the Chinese also do fucking like capitalism fucking better. Because, like, they recognize that if you are not able to sort of have a sort of system in place to be able to provide for for the proletariat, for the fucking workers, like, what are they going to do? They're eventually going to start to revolt. Like, they will. If you just have a system of just, like, rank sort of, I don't know, quote-unquote crony fucking capitalism, as, like, most of these motherfuckers would say. When it's not just, like, it's not fucking cronyism, okay? It is built inherently with the fucking system, right? Concentrating so much wealth in the hands of so fucking few people has had such adverse fucking consequences in terms of, like, equitable outcomes that are fucking expected, right? Like, it's so fucking obvious, right? We're effectively, like, living in a new fucking Gilded Age. That's not, like, ridiculous or hyperbolic to say.
History is a march of progress, right? So there are going to be advancements that we make, or there's going to be solutions that we make to previous ailments. I'm not saying that capitalism hasn't brought in better things than systems like feudalism or monarchy, but that does not mean that we're at the end of history. Do you think that capitalism is the final solution?
Exactly.
And this is what we're going to last
I think capitalism is the best economical system because it gives an incentive for you to decide how big of a life you want to build. And by the way, the best way to judge it, the best way to let me just say this to you.
But it doesn't, right? Like, listen, okay. How many people, for example, who do all those, like, alpha male dude bro fucking camps or whatever the fuck, with the sort of idea of wanting to improve themselves to be able to have some sort of fucking incentive structure within capitalism to try to be successful within fucking capitalism and end up always getting fucking scammed every single fucking time. And the current, like, exact perfect example with what's going on right now, especially with like fucking crypto shit, right? Like, it's just a fucking scam economy. People are just scamming each other constantly because everyone has now fucking recognized at this point. It's just like, well, everything's about to go to fucking shit. Who gives a fuck? Just keep scamming each other and make sure you're not the one holding the fucking bag. Keep fucking scamming. Who gives a shit, right?
The best way to judge it is in a very simple way. Take all the countries around the world. There's many different economical systems. What has the longest line of people wanting to get in there? It's America. Why is that? 15 million people came here illegally. Millions came here illegally just the last 4 years.
A lot of that is because of economic scarcity.
Wait, yeah, 15 million people came here illegally? Dog, there's complicated fucking reasonings for as to why there's a bunch of fucking illegal migrants that came in. It's not just because forehead, I don't know, fucking, the system of capitalism that the United States has is so heckin' based in Epicarino and is the best thing ever. No, a lot of it was because of the U.S. doing coups in South America. A lot of it is because of instabilities that the U.S. has fucking done. It's not just forehead because, the U.S. is so heckin' based and epic and pog-pilled. No. There's a lot of external fucking shit that has, basically made it such that that's fucking happened. It's really fucking stupid. Listen, with I don't know, El Presidente, fucking Claudia Sheinbaum, they're about to fucking leave the capitalist yoke. They're about to become a fucking socialist utopia. I thought you knew this, Alex. Come on, dude.
Scarcity in other countries. Well, one of them we could talk about. One is American exceptionalism, which is continuing. Kidding me?
Thank you.
That got figured out. PBD looked like an idiot there, dude.
How are you? What's your name?
Hi, I'm Alana. It's nice to meet you. Okay, so I think the issue is the framing of incentive here. Incentive doesn't disappear in a socialist or a communist society. It just changes and evolves. So we see in capitalism the incentive is obviously monetary gain, maybe even collecting capital itself through land ownership. In a communist or a socialist country, you would see incentive would just evolve into, I know it's a vague term, but the common good. You have an incentive to do your chores around your house because you don't want to live in a filthy house, right? That makes sense. It doesn't have to be just monetary.
So you don't think monetary incentive drives people, or you're saying that people should be excited to do their job, whether they're getting incentivized for it or not? That's what you're saying.
People will be incentivized to do.
Give me a case study. Give me a case study of that worked. Give me one case study.
We don't even need to look at case studies.
Well, I mean, there is no fucking case study of that which exists, right? Like, the example that Alana brought up is perfectly fine, right? Like PBD, why do you think, actually, here's a perfect example. Why do people draw fan art of people, right? There's no incentive structure for people to draw fan art of content creators at all whatsoever. Sure, there's like monetary incentives, right? Like, absolutely, that's part of the case. But a lot of people, for example, and that's also a very good point, Boy Meets Mini. Fantastic point. Yeah, why do people mod games? There's no monetary gain typically had when people fucking make mods at all whatsoever. But in particular with fan art, why do you think people make fan art of their favorite fucking content creators? They don't do this for any like monetary gain or anything at all. Like, they just do it for the love of the game, baby, because they just like a particular person. Or make fan art of, it doesn't even have to just be content creators. That's just the first thing that popped up in my mind. It can also just be like fan art for particular media properties that they like. Or like a concept art and stuff like that. Pokemon, I'm looking at you, Pokemon, right? Like, that's the example that I'm mostly going to be thinking about here. People draw concepts for all these different kinds of Pokemon every fucking day, all the fucking time. It's consistent. Why do they do it? Because they just like the fucking property. That's why. The problem is that the rich and the grifters are the ones that wield the money incentive. Either destroy your body working for Jeff Bezos or the Walton family, or starve on the street. Or why not both? Exactly, Alex, exactly.
We can just look at charity work.
Well, why don't we actually look at a case study? You got two countries, North Korea, South Korea. One is communism, and one is capitalism.
Yes.
North Korea's GDP last year was $23 billion.
Are we judging countries' values based on GDP and not what they value for
freedom of speech. You can't, like...
This isn't a why? This is his argument for incentive? What the fuck? Like, what? What? This doesn't have any fucking relevance to Alana's fucking point. Why are you bringing this up? This is completely fucking irrelevant. Why? Like, why? Why are you bringing this up? Like, I genuinely, like, why is he saying this? This has no fucking relevance to what she's saying. Like, there's complicated historical reasons for as to why North Korea is a fucking communist state. communist fucking state. And it's not because of the incentive drivers within fucking capitalism. If honestly, hey, Patrick Bet David, South Korea might not also be the fucking best example. Let's not talk about the, current issues going on in fucking South Korea. The collapsing fucking job market within South Korea. The fact that there's, the super fucking misogynistic MGTOW fucking movement. Now there's even, like, fucking WGTOW movements, for fuck's sake. Like, it's fucking crazy. And yeah, exactly. Like, North Korea is a monarchy. South Korea is collapsing because of a lot of complicated reasons. This is not the fucking comparison that you think it is, Patrick. Like, this is a really, really stupid comparison.
If you lived in North Korea, you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing right now. You wouldn't have a voice. In South Korea, I'm going to give you stats. In South Korea, their GDP is $1.7 trillion.
South Korea is also owned by like 5 companies in total in the entire country. Do you think that's something about? If you aren't employed by the top 5 countries, you are practically unemployed in the country.
Do you like to be free?
I'm not going to be free in a country.
That's not the fucking argument that you're making. Again, you're not even... he's not engaging with his own fucking argument here. You're talking about incentive structures. Is being free an incentive now? Huh? Yeah? We may get into some really fucking sussy territory if that's the argument that we're going to be making here, PBD. Work sets you free. Pepe. Fucking Pepe. Pepe.
Like South Korea, where I'm only employed in 5 companies or no job.
Like me? Do you like to be free where you can have a strong opinion? Do you like to be free?
I like to be free, but that's why I'm anti-capitalist.
Well, maybe you are.
That is why I'm anti-capitalist, because capitalism removes that choice. There is no real incentive of capitalism because the incentive is survival. When you get into communism, the incentive is for the common good.
I love that. I got an offer for you before we move on. If I were to give you your $2,350, which is the cost to renunciate your citizenship, and I paid you your first class, flight to whatever communist country, and $20,000 to spend money, would you give up your citizenship to go to that country? Whichever communist country you want to go to. Cuba, we can give you Venezuela, we give you North Korea, any one of those you want to go to.
North Korea's, yeah, she's correct here. Yeah, North Korea is not communist. Same with Cuba, not communist. Patrick, like, bro, you're getting fucking cooked here, buddy. Like, you're saying a bunch of like, you're just saying a bunch of fucking irrelevant points that don't matter. Yeah, I hope she says Kerala. I'm sorry to say, Boy Meets Mini, I don't think these people know what Kerala is, bro. I'm sorry.
Choose any one of them. I'll give you one-way ticket, and I'll fund it for you if you want to.
Patrick Bet David didn't even fucking engage with his own point. It was complete nonsense.
Thank you. Yes.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name's Hunter. To be honest, I've never seen your videos before. Even though there is some real value to free enterprise, the profit motive often creates a perverse incentive and worse outcomes in certain situations. For example, healthcare. How much would you pay for life-saving treatment for yourself or one of your family members?
How much would I pay for it?
I'm liking this argument immediately, dude. Immediately fucking talking about inelastic demand, which is something that, I don't know, seemingly every fucking capitalist doesn't like understanding for some fucking reason. Like, exactly. Like, you would be willing to pay anything for the, I don't know, essential needs of fucking survival. You would be willing to pay anything for if you needed, I don't know, certain kinds of fucking food. You would be willing to pay anything for certain kinds of fucking medical treatments. You would be willing to pay fucking anything for that. Because again, what's the, I don't know, the sort of, I don't know, objective or purpose for humans? To try to live, because we also have animalistic fucking instincts. We are mammals. What we care about is our own survival, first and foremost. Which means people are going to be willing to be paying anything in order to have, well, that fucking the ability to be able to survive. And capitalists pervert that. Incentivize market structures for people to be able to survive, in order to be able to buy food, put it on the fucking table, be able to have medical treatments that they need, to be able to pay anything for shelter. These are things that should not have profit motive attached to them in any way, shape, or form, because they do not produce, like, healthy, conducive outcomes that even capitalists would fucking agree with. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, the Enlightenment value, like, liberal thinkers, like, the sort of, like, philosophical, I would say, creators of fucking capitalism, your Adam Smiths of the world, he would look at the current system of the United States and call it a moral fucking aberrance. But I don't think Patrick Bet David is going to really give a shit about that, because he's benefited from this. Like, So, who cares about what Adam Smith would say about, the current sort of like economic forms of production that we are currently finding ourselves under.
Say you have cancer and you have an 80% survival rate with chemotherapy and less than a 10% without it. How much would you pay? Whatever it takes, right?
Sure.
That's a situation of inelastic demand. When the amount that you're willing to pay
that's what I
is
said,
not based on the
inelastic
value of
demand.
the service, because your life does not have a finite value. In the US, 66.5% of all bankruptcies are because of medical debt. In most other developed nations, that number is way lower, if not zero. And at the same time, the US does not have one of the best healthcare systems in the world. We pay over $13,000 per capita. Meanwhile, Taiwan, which by most metrics has the best healthcare system and a national healthcare service, only pays about $2,500 per capita per year.
So what does that tell you?
That tells
you
us
that's wasted expenditure.
Yes, that is a massively wasted expenditure.
That tells you the government doesn't know how to spend our money.
No,
they keep
in our
raising
case,
taxes.
Oh my holy fucking shit. No, you fucking idiot. There is an incentive structure within the US economy that has made it such that crazy to have wealthy middlemen, rapacious middlemen, called the pharmaceutical industry and the health insurance fucking industry, to be able to make as much money as possible from people who are fucking dying, dude. Like, it's not because of the government not spending proper money on fucking taxes or anything, you fucking moron. No, the problem is that these corporations, the companies, are lobbying the current state within the US, right, to make it such that there is a structure put in place to have the sort of profit fucking incentive possible for people to make money off of fucking healthcare. Like, that's the fucking problem. It's not because of the government not properly spending its fucking money. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, okay, hey, PBD, like, you want to fucking talk about the government not spending its money properly? Okay, how about we start cutting the military budget? Are you for cutting the military budget? Hey, how are you for cutting those fucking tax breaks that Trump did under the One Big Beautiful Bill? Are you for that? I'm curious.
We're spending money and they don't know how to spend the money.
No, most of that money is coming from private insurance. In fact, 77% of the people who went bankrupt from medical debt had insurance and then lost it because they couldn't pay.
So we can address that.
True.
The fact that 60-something% of bankruptcies are due to health, which is your right. We've done many content on that piece. I want you to come back to incentive. Address the issue with incentive right now, with capitalism.
The reason why the medical
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There shouldn't be an incentive structure for fucking healthcare, you fucking moron. That's the problem with saying that everything has to have an inherent incentive in it. Because some things, if they have incentive attached to it, produce some rather bad outcomes. That is the fucking point.
debt is so high, and that is because of the profit motive. If people will pay whatever it takes to not die, the profit motive in that case is perverse, because healthcare shouldn't be a market in the same way that other things might be a market.
So you don't think that the motive to have profit to come out with a solution is a good thing for the marketplace?
I think it depends on...
That's not engaging with the argument, by the way. That doesn't fucking matter. Like, people will develop things for the common good. It's a thing that happens very, very fucking very, very fucking often. It's not as simple as just like, oh, dude, like, listen, if you just, like, heck in a Reno, just do your incentive at Reno, like, people will just want to make, like, the good thing because it's good. A lot of fucking drugs, for example, specifically with the U.S. pharmaceutical industry, will never see the fucking light of day because a lot of these pharmaceutical companies do not think it's going to make that much fucking money. Like, again, if people thought it was, there was a profit incentive to want to fucking cure cancer, they would have fucking cured cancer by now. But guess what? Cancer still ain't fucking cured, buddy. So that means for a lot of these industries, a lot of these fucking corporations, a lot of these fucking companies, they're still totally okay with making as much money from fucking cancer medicine as possible. I mean, let's not even talk about the fact that the Trump administration has also cut a bunch of funding for fucking cancer research. That's also a thing that's fucking happened. That's a complete other fucking story. But if the profit motive was so fucking good at being able, or like the profit incentive, I guess, in this particular case, whatever stupid fucking word he wants to use for this. If the profit incentive was so fucking good at being able to sort of go ahead and cure a lot of these fucking issues that are currently existing within society, you know, your cancers of the world, your what's like another, I don't know, like framed as like an incurable disease, your I don't know, fucking flus of the world or some shit. If the incentive was already fucking there, someone would have already done it by now. But it hasn't been. Why is that? Because pharmaceutical companies can't make as much of a profit from doing that kind of research. Because they just want to make money off of those particular fucking ailments. The problem is the profit incentive inherently.
On which market you're talking about. It's way different when we're talking about video games or cell phones or TVs or other goods that aren't as necessary as
You're
healthcare
specific to
treatments.
healthcare.
Yes, I'm talking specifically about healthcare and certain other markets.
You ever heard of Home
natural...
Depot? You ever heard of Home Depot?
Yes, I'm aware.
So one of the guys who's the founders of Home Depot, investors of Home Depot, his name is Ken Langone. His father died at 62 years old. Ken Langone today is roughly 90 years old, give or take. When he died at 62 years old, he tells the story that if there was a simple thing as blood thinners, his father would have lived to be 90 years old just like he is today.
Yes, that makes
came
sense.
because of innovation, which he's been on for many years. My dad's been on blood thinners for the last 4 years. So
I think
you're
Okay, immediate counter argument. Insulin. Insulin was a Canadian drug meant to help combat fucking diabetes. The creator of insulin, who was a Toronto-based fucking physician, said he does not want to give the fucking patent to anyone. He wants it to be free because he believed that the medicine to help combat diabetes should be free to everyone for use. And guess what fucking happened? A bunch of fucking corporations and companies, specifically within the US, grabbed the fucking goddamn insulin shots and decided to start charging a crazy fucking markup for them. For what exactly? To be able to make as much money as fucking possible from it. Which is why people say that having a fucking profit motive and profit incentive for something like insulin, like medicine, is a bad thing, Patrick.
You're conflating two things right now. Not all innovation is the result of the market, because many healthcare developments are created by research grants from healthcare funding, whether it's in the United States or in other countries. In most other first world countries, the result of medical research developments, which are massively outpacing now in the U.S. now because of our inefficiency, because we have a market-based system for healthcare.
A very basic question for you.
Most of that is because of non-market-based systems.
Basic question for you. If that's the case, it keeps going back to the same thing. If it's better in other places than it is here, why are Americans and others not going there? Why are people coming here? It's very basic.
How much does a plane ticket cost?
No, they have the money to go to different places. They don't, because they know America's the greatest country in the world. They know it.
That's not like he's just not engaging with the fucking argument. It's not because America's forehead, like, is he just gonna constantly do the like 3 IQ fucking patriotism fucking like grift or some shit every single time when someone actually brings up a good fucking point? Like, really? He's just like, why don't they go to those countries then? Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure if most people could fucking leave at this point, Patrick, they probably would leave. Does he think that people can just, like, I don't know, leave the fucking country right now? Like, that they can just leave very, very easily without getting detained, without having to face some, like, random idiot bullshit fucking consequences for it? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, could I, like... If I was in America right now, could I just randomly, like, fly to, I don't know, like, whichever European country I feel like flying to? I'm a European fucking citizen. If I wanted to do that and not face any fucking consequences for it, I totally fucking could. I should have the right to be able to do that. Would I be able to, like, would the US government be okay with that? Would I just get randomly fucking detained by them or something? I don't know. Like, I have no idea. So why would I want to fucking risk that shit? Most people are not going to be willing to risk that shit. It's complete fucking nonsense.
Nice to meet you, by the way.
I'm Luke.
Luke?
Yes.
Like
Luke.
the hat. Good to meet you.
Oh, thank you very much. Good to meet you too. So I think incentives are exactly the fundamental problem with capitalism. Is that you say incentives are what make it work, and I think that's the whole issue. Is that the primary incentives are either greed, amass as much personal wealth as you possibly can.
You think that's the problem? It's greed?
Yeah, exactly. And
like you're not greedy at all.
And like you said, survival.
Yeah.
Right. So the person working 5 jobs, that they're doing that, so they wouldn't want to do that if they didn't need to survive. But that's such a horrible dystopian world to live in. Someone has to work 5 jobs just to survive.
How did they get there? How much of that is on their decision making? How much of that is on their doing? How much of that is on the market where they're not finding ways to improve themselves?
It doesn't matter how much onus is on the
Bro, why the fuck does that matter, dude? Listen, it's all about individual attainment. Like, listen, that's all that fucking matters the most. I am PBD, and I'm all about making sure that you get valuetained as much as possible. Like, what? Why does it matter about the individual in this particular sense? We are talking about a fucking system of governance. We are talking about a system that has broader fucking consequences on people's lives. Nonsense, dude.
individual. We want to create a
Of course
world.
it is.
No. See, we want to create a
onus
world
is on
in
you.
which people don't have to earn their right to
And
exist,
we live in a country where majority of the world wants to come here. The most important citizenship country is America.
Right.
People give up their lives to come here. Have you ever lived in another country before?
No, not lived, no.
Why do you think so many want to come here?
I think the people coming here are coming from...
Why do so many people also want to fucking leave, Patrick? Why do they want to fucking leave? How many fucking Americans have constantly talked about wanting to leave America, dude? Like, seriously. Like, people also have been wanting to fucking leave because, again, so many, like, the economic system that's currently in place within America is really, really fucking dog shit and it's not producing good healthy fucking outcomes. It's just nonsense, dude. Is this, like, the counter-argument that he's gonna have every single time? He's just gonna do, like, the whole, like, stupid, like, low IQ patriotism bit or something? Like, why do people want to keep coming to this fucking country? Because they know they can have, like, some semblance of a better opportunity. Like, also, you have to ask yourself this question in particular as well. Who are the people that are mostly coming up into the United States of America? It's a lot of people from countries that the U.S. has had direct effect to. Quite specifically with, say, a lot of American fucking foreign policy, with a lot of the fucking coups that has happened in fucking Central and South America. Why do you think a lot of fucking Hispanic people want to fucking go to America? Oh, it's because their country got fucking couped multiple times, Patrick. Like, it's not as simple as they just want to go there because they think America is so heckin' wholesome and epic and big chungus-sereno. No, that's complete fucking nonsense, dude. Utter fucking nonsense.
Gang-ridden, corruption-ridden, violence-ridden.
You think that's just all it is? You think I came from a gang-ridden in Iran? I lived there 11 years.
I think the majority of certainly coming from South America.
Most people come here because what you're doing to me, you're sitting across from me right now.
Right.
Millions of people are going to watch this. In America, you can call me out. You can say whatever you want.
Right.
Nothing's going to happen.
Right.
You're free and safe here, right?
Sure. Freedom of speech is
You
nothing
can't
to
do
do
that
with
in Iran.
capitalism.
Of course it is. There's a lot of elements with America. You're talking incentive. The amount of benefits America offers against other countries, it's so much higher. Where somebody with big dreams, incentives, they're willing to come and say, I want to come to America, please let me in. And some come and take advantage of it. But to say the individual that's working 3 to 5 jobs, if you do that for a season, if you do that for 2 years, if you do that for 5 years, fine. If you do that for 20, 30 years, you're doing something wrong.
But the point is, life, liberty...
That's not how, like, no. Just no. This is complete utter nonsense. Saying that this is all fucking, individually fucking basis is complete fucking nonsense, dude. It's just nonsense. Like, again, as has been brought up before, you can work as hard as possible. And this is the exact point that Mason was fucking bringing up of one-hand politics. He brought up, you can fucking work as hard as possible. You can work 17 fucking different jobs at a certain fucking point with a lot of the, well, I don't know, like, jobs that fucking exist. And, not just fucking jobs that fucking exist. With a lot of the sort of, positions that exist. You can work as hard as possible. You can work all those multiple jobs. It won't fucking matter. Because, again, the current system that is in place heavily incentivizes people to, well, for lack of a better fucking term, slave away at their fucking jobs for as much as fucking possible and still not be able to pay their fucking work, not be able to pay their fucking bills. Like, that's what the fucking problem is. People are not able to, I don't know, like, live healthy and effective lives. I'm trying to think, like, what the best word would be here. Yeah, like live, like, healthy and effective lives. Also, the U.S. tax structure favors investors over workers. I have to fork over 25%, plus, while investors complain about getting 10% capital gains. Exactly, Boy Meets Mini. Like, it's not as simple as just, like, dude, just keep, like, forehead working as hard as possible, working really, really hard, and, like, totally, you're definitely gonna, like, make it out. It's like, dog, that is the case for such a small subset of people. You try saying that right now to a bunch of fucking young people, and they're just gonna, like, laugh in your face. Like, Patrick, wage productivity gap, dude. People are working more and more harder than ever, and wages have still not fucking gone up in comparison to fucking productivity. It is a problem with who is on top of the hierarchy. And, like, you know, has been indicated before, he's a fucking millionaire. He is one of the people who is on top of the fucking hierarchy. So he has an incentive to make sure that the system stays the exact same. That the current incentive structures stay the exact same because he currently benefits from it significantly.
In the pursuit of happiness, right? Those are the inalienable rights. We shouldn't have to earn those rights. We shouldn't have to earn the right to health care, to earn the right. No, because we just want.
He thinks you have to earn the right to fucking healthcare? Then why does literally every other fucking first world wealthy fucking nation in the West have fucking free healthcare and have more equitable fucking outcomes in comparison to the United States of America? Like in Canada, more than likely, you're not going to go fucking bankrupt from a random fucking healthcare scare that you're going to have, that where you can just go into the doctor, because guess what? Our healthcare in Canada, it's fucking free. That's a thing that never fucking happens, but that is something that happens constantly within the United States of America. Like, what else are you really supposed to say besides, I think PBD is just, I think he's just okay with, I don't know, people just dying because of preventable fucking diseases. Is he like one of Nurgle's fucking strongest champions now or something? Is he like an acolyte of RFK Jr. or some shit? It's fucking wild. The US is becoming like India. Over there, the average person works 56 hours a week, and look at the insane wealth gaps. Exactly. It's not about just forehead, just working as hard as possible. Everyone has been working harder and fucking harder, and wages have not been fucking able to compensate with that, because within the current system of economy that the United States is under, there are incentives put in place such that the few, like the wealthy fucking few, benefit significantly more. That's the fucking issue, dude.
Want to live, just exist. We can't work our blood, sweat, and tears just to survive. That's a horrible dystopian world that we live in right now.
No, then what do you think we're here for? To just sit around and play video games? What do you think we're here for? To sit around and watch TV?
Nice fucking whataboutism, you fucking moron. Why the fuck does that matter? Like, why does that matter? Like there is, like, listen, unironically, I think Patrick Bet-David, I think unironically believes in work will fucking set you free. Like, he's just saying the complete utter fucking fascist nonsense. It's fucking crazy, dude.
We're here to create. We are here to create a prosperous community to lift everyone up.
How do you create a prosperous community? How do you create a prosperous community? Matter of fact, for you, how have you positively impacted the community?
I guess volunteering, food banks.
I appreciate you for doing that. Have you created jobs for others?
Created jobs? No, I wouldn't say so.
Why have you not?
I haven't had the ability to do so.
Do you think it's easier?
He doesn't have the fucking capital. Why the fuck does that matter? Yeah, dude, because you made fucking jobs for your MLM fucking scam business. Yeah, bro. That's totally a great use of you creating some fucking jobs, you fucking scam merchant. Complete utter fucking nonsense, dude.
I think it's hard.
To create jobs is probably hard, yeah.
Okay, so the people that create jobs, you think they should have a little bit of incentive for having risked their life savings, spend time away their families to create jobs for somebody like...
You want to know who, like, yeah, they're fucking life savings because the fucking billionaire and fucking millionaires are, oh no, won't anyone ever think of their life savings of the billionaires and millionaires? Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. You people haven't fucking created shit. You've created the fucking systems of just impoverishment. You have created the fucking systems of death and fucking destruction that everyone has to fucking suffer under. Nice fucking meme, dude.
Like you can work for that company.
Sure, but that
is the incentive.
And bravo for them, but that does not give them the right to pay themselves $2 million bonuses while there's other workers are scraping by like $10 an hour.
You don't get to choose how much money I choose to make. That's not your business. That's my business. If you have 4 girlfriends and I have 1, is it my business to tell you can't have 4 girlfriends?
I think
if you play 7 hours of Fortnite every day,
right,
and I don't play
Patrick, if there is no business for that, because if everyone is a consenting adult in that fucking relationship, then they can have that fucking, they can just have 4 fucking girlfriends. If everyone is okay with those fucking relationships, that's not a fucking problem, you idiot. No one consented to fucking capitalism, you moron. No one decided to be like, oh yeah, I totally agree with this particular system that I am under, where basically I have to like slave away constantly in order to just be able to survive. Nobody fucking consented to this system when they were born in it. Nonsense. Yeah, like, you playing Fortnite does not fucking affect anyone else's life, but a CEO taking a massive bonus is literally stealing the value created by employees. Does he not know? Boy Meets Mini. It's because he was a CEO. He had massive bonuses for himself. That's why. And austerity is unironically fucking theft. Is Patrick Bet-David also okay with, like, fucking austerity politics? Like, it makes you think, doesn't it? He has to be fucking okay with it, right? If this is like the stupid shit that he believes in. Complete, utter fucking nonsense. Majority of these people who make these businesses have plenty of money left over. I worked at a country club. I've literally have heard phone calls of people just dropping businesses like they were $20. Exactly. Damn, it's almost as if you have a lot of fucking money in capitalism, it turns out it might be a lot easier for those fucking people to be able to be rather fucking frivolous with a lot of those with that particular fucking capital. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Fortnite at all. Should I tell you, you shouldn't be able to play 7 hours of Fortnite a day?
In my view.
Hey, appreciate you.
Absolutely.
How are you? What's your name?
Zena.
Zena.
Awesome. So this claim about
It's the girl from the Jordan Peterson debate. She's back. Huh. She's like a socialist or something? Interesting. I didn't know that.
is one that we see often promoted by capitalism enjoyers, right? And it's this idea that, you know, profit incentives is the only thing that can make humans do things, get up out of bed every day, which has never been the case. Historically, it's not the case. Psychologically,
historically, it's never been the case?
No.
What has been the
Yes.
case?
So we've seen.
What's been the incentive?
The incentive is.
Hey, Patrick Bet David, slavery would like to rear its head. Did he think that the profit motive was the main thing that guided fucking people to be put in chains, my dude? Huh? Feudalism would like to rear its ugly head. Did he think that the feudalism had the profit motive as its main fucking incentive? Nonsense.
Intrinsic motivation.
Intrinsic motivation?
Of course. Have you ever heard of intrinsic motivation?
Of course I have. So you think people are going to go just do anything for no incentives?
The incentive is intrinsic, meaning passion, interest, and honing your skills.
Whether you get paid or not.
Well, the problem is that we're forcing people to, need to, work.
Again, the same exact point like I said before, and Zena is also saying as well here, with creative pursuit, why do people make fan art of their favorite media properties and favorite fucking content creators? They just do that for free because they are passionate about those particular topics or individuals. Complete fucking nonsense. Yeah, but you're not getting paid. Nyeh. Yeah, unironically, this man just wants everything to be a fucking sales pitch. Complete fucking nonsense.
To survive.
So what's the alternative? So give me another solution, another economical system.
Talking?
Yeah, actually, I'm curious.
So yeah, the psychological theory of self-determination is widely accepted in psychology. It basically explains...
That is a fantastic fucking point there, Zane. Yeah, why did you make my fucking emotes? I didn't pay a fucking penny for that. I didn't pay anything for any of the goddamn emotes that Zane made. Because Zane has a fucking passion for making the art that they want to fucking make. That's why. Bro wanted to make some fucking emotes for me, and I said, thank you very much. I am now exploiting your fucking labor. Because, again, like I've been saying before, Zane has a fucking passion and likes making fucking art. That's why Zane fucking made that shit. It's the most obvious fucking shit on the planet. People just like doing things because they just like doing things. It is what it is.
Intrinsic motivation and passion is actually what predicts incentive. You're arguing that incentive is integral to profit-driven motivation. That's
True
not
points,
true.
Minnie.
Intrinsic motivation, at all times, at every single case, is going to, predict less creativity, less motivation, less skill, etc. Intrinsic motivation is what causes things like technological development. Some of the greatest breakthroughs have been from people who are devoted in honing their skill.
So should they get paid for it?
I think that we shouldn't live in a system that privately owns the means of production and forces people in this position.
What college did you go to?
USC.
You went to USC? What did you major in?
Sociology.
Sociology. Who's your hero as a professor? Who's the professor you look
This
up to?
doesn't seem like a topic.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? What relevance does this have to Zena's fucking point? I feel like this is going to be a consistent pattern of behavior of when Patrick Bet David is wholeheartedly incapable of not able to sort of like engage the topic or the position that one of these socialists have or anti-capitalists has. He's just going to deflect and not fucking engage with it at all. Yeah, let me deflect. Like he's not going to fucking answer this question.
Do you know why I asked this question? The reason why I asked this question is because somebody convinced you of that. Somebody convinced you that is the way that
psychology and studies convinced me of this fact.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking. Oh, listen, there's a nefarious puppeteer master that has convinced you of wanting to not have any incentives to make profit. There has to be someone. Someone had to convince you to not want to make profit at all costs. Yeah. Complete fucking nonsense, dude.
But unfortunately, to your claim, results show that the greatest economical system is capitalism that allows people to go above and beyond and solve every single issue out there. An entrepreneur who gets up, who says,
what was your claim again, mister?
I'm going to incentive. The entrepreneur who has an incentive to go out there and build their lives, and you put
so I'm
monetary incentive.
Damn, what about all the fucking goddamn dipshits who fucking fail? fucking entrepreneurships, if a person randomly just goes out and starts like their entrepreneurial career, the likelihood of fucking failure in that sort of I suppose business is incredibly fucking high. Incredibly fucking high. That's not how it fucking works, dude. Like, I don't know, the entrepreneur does not get up in order to just be able to make a fucking business and be successful in business. That's complete fucking nonsense, dude. Like, people get up in the morning because they are passionate about certain things. Or they have to fucking be able to work in order to survive. That is why people get up in the fucking morning, right? And people, guess what, who have to just work in order to be able to survive, generally speaking, are not as fucking happy. Complete utter nonsense.
That you're talking about, what predicts the best incentive, the best drive, and the best creativity
So what do you think about
has been
Elon
proven
Musk?
by
What do you think
psychology.
about Elon Musk?
Can we respond to my claim?
This is about incentive.
All right, awesome. So you're arguing that incentive is intrinsic and tied to extrinsic.
Dude, why are you bringing up Elon Musk? Elon Musk was able to use government fucking subsidies for his fucking companies in order to leverage gas tax credits to sell them to other fucking like car manufacturers, and that's how he made a bunch of his fucking wealth. Elon Musk is primarily driven by fucking incentive. Complete utter fucking nonsense, dude.
Intrinsic motivation. What we find is that the best incentive comes from intrinsic motivation.
So a person that's passionate about solving an issue is going to build something bigger than somebody else that's not.
Yeah, so someone who has a true passion for this.
Yeah, so
exactly. So profit motivation is not the thing that's driving innovation, right?
Course
Psychology.
Of course
so psychology proves that that's
not.
That profit's not the reason that we have the greatest inventions that we do today.
I don't know if I disagree with the fact that there's a passion behind it. Are you saying people with passion, even if there wasn't the incentive to make as much money as they would make, people would still pursue it even with or without money?
That's what psychology
Well,
says.
your claims are wrong because
That's not true.
Whoever your psychology professor is, if you look at data and you find out how America, that's only been around for 249 years, schooled all the other countries that have been around for hundreds of years.
This is not a fucking argument, Patrick. America schooled every other fucking goddamn country in terms of capitalism because of, whoa, crazy, they helped win fucking World War II. The reason why America came out on top after fucking World War II was not because they did capitalism better than everyone else. It's because they were the least destroyed after World War II, you fucking moron. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Thousands of years more, they did better than others because the incentive
because they accumulated profit, right, to 1% of the population and continue to produce on that basis. Right? We have this. Okay,
it's not necessarily.
Okay, I disagree with Zeno on this one. No, the reason why America came out on top during the 1950s is because of the fact that they were able to get very, very rich and rapidly fucking industrialized off of the fact that they were able to sell tons of fucking weapons during World War II to a lot of the fucking allies. That is fucking why. Like, it's just complete utter fucking nonsense what fucking Patrick is. Like, he has no idea about why America became a fucking superpower to begin with. It's because America, after World War II, was the least wrecked country. That's why.
We want to respond because you can say that.
You've been interrupting the entire time. So if you're saying about the 1% are the problem and they're the only ones that make money, a lot of people make money. You said the profit goes to the 1%.
I'm explaining how it is that America has become the dominant power that it is now. Right? What we see is that because we have this engine, right, this desire to accumulate profit, we morally justify things like going to other countries, imperializing them, colonizing them, and extracting their resources, right, to funnel our country. Right? Social democracies in the Nordic countries don't do this. So yeah, they might not be the wealthiest power, but they have.
Not 100% accurate. The way that the Nordic. The way that the Nordic sort of socially democratic welfare state exists, there is imperialism in order to be able to justify that, specifically within Africa. Like that is true, but it doesn't really overall take away from her broader correct point here.
Have higher rates of education, literacy, human satisfaction, etc. Right? So it depends on what we actually value in society. Do we value well-being or do we value profit accumulation?
Validates your point. If that's the case, people would move to those states. They don't. What? When you judge a great restaurant by the amount of
people fucking move to different states all the fucking. What are you talking about? Like, Patrick. The reason why people do not move to those fucking states in particular is because nobody has any fucking money to be able to move there, you fucking idiot. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Of people that come in, you can say the food sucks here.
Yeah,
you can say the service sucks here. But everybody's lined up to want to come here. They're not lined up to go into those countries. They're just used by professors as theories.
There were millions of people that also lived in Germany in the 1920s.
I lived in Germany before as well, for 2 years. My next claim is capitalism has lifted more people out of poverty than any other system.
I mean, considering the fact that there hasn't been really any other system in place before capitalism, then technically speaking, then yes, by a very technical, marginal fucking argument, yeah. I mean, sure. Okay, dude.
Patrick.
How are you? Gabby?
Yeah,
Good to meet you.
So I would argue that governments have actually lifted the most people out of poverty. If you look historically, we look at China, for instance, had the most significant poverty reduction in all of human history. They pulled 800 million people out of poverty using state-owned enterprises and state centralized planning. They did work with the capitalist system, but they did it, most of it was done through state-funded infrastructure, education, and contributing to strong literacy programs, redistributing the wealth. I think that my other argument would be that there hasn't been an opportunity for alternative systems like socialism to pull enough people out of poverty. So we look at examples.
There hasn't been?
There hasn't been enough opportunities for them to succeed. And so when
Why
we
do you think
say,
that is?
I think that is partly because of the U.S. and I think because capitalist forces and global market insecurities have sabotaged these attempts to do socialism. So we look at an example in Chile in the 1960s. They elected a democratic socialist, and he proposed literacy reform, wealth redistribution, land reform, and all of that was a threat, obviously, to the United States because McCarthyism was on the rise at the time. And so instead of allowing Allende to have a chance with that, the U.S. Orchestrated a CIA-backed coup to take over and to have a military dictatorship that led the country instead of Allende, who actually was having a lot of success in reducing the poverty rates before the U.S. interfered. And so I think we look at other parts of Latin America, like Venezuela, for instance, and we see the same.
She's, by the way, completely on the mark with the points here and the history. Just 10 out of 10. No comment.
Thing. We see that the U.S. has interfered several times. You know, with Chavez in Venezuela, he was able to reduce the poverty reduction in half in the first decade of him being in office, and he was sabotaged ultimately by the U.S. and by military dictatorship. So that the people that replaced them were actually.
So may I respond? It's a lot of different cases here. So thank you for that. So let's go China first. Okay, so when you say China was able to recover and because they used state-funded, nationalized systems. So in 1978, Xiaoping, the leader of China, went to Japan. He saw what was going on with Japan for 2 decades. Every year their GDP was growing by 15%. The economy was doubling pretty much every 4 years. They go over there. They say we got to find a way to compete with Japan. How do they have fewer people but they're beating us? They sit down with their leaders after a few drinks. Eventually they say, how did you fix your economy to be growing the way that it is? A capitalistic society that they had in Japan. They asked the question from Xiaoping, the Prime Minister Fukuda, asked the question, how many banks do you guys have in China? He says, we have 1 bank. He says, it's a nationalized bank? He says, yeah. That's it? Yeah. How many loan officers do you have? Not many. You want to compete with 1 bank? Yes. He says, if you want to compete with us or others, here's what you have to do. You need 5,000 banks with 35 branches, with 30 loan officers. That's a total of 5.25 million loan officers and a population of 600 million people that are living there. You do that every week. You take 10 applications with these loan officers for small business owners, and you allow the small business owner to compete. They did that. China started competing. By the way, in America in the 1920s, we had around 30,000 banks when we were really, competing in a marketplace. In the 80s, we ended up having around 14,000. Today, we only have 4,100 banks in America. That concept of allowing just 1 bank to compete, it's not going to work. China takes on the idea from Japan.
If I
they
can
start
interrupt
growing.
you, I think that
they start growing.
Okay, but that's a feature of fucking capitalism, though, Patrick, right? The sort of inherent system within fucking capitalism to want to monopolize. That's a feature of capitalism of which you support. Like, you're okay with that, Patrick? Like, wait, what? I really do not see the point of why would he say this? Like, why would he say this? It's a little weird. How's that Japanese economy been growing since Deng had that talk with Japan? Yeah, hasn't been going exactly great for the Japanese ever since then, huh?
Growing with certain capitalistic philosophies.
I think you're thinking about this in very capitalist terms, which makes sense. You're a capitalist, but
because it works. That's the idea. Because it's produced the results.
You're only thinking about these scenarios in a situation where market mechanisms are in place, and this is the problem that I have with so many capitalists: is they can't exit their worldview and try to see a world where socialism could be in place because they don't understand the untapped potential of socialism. And I'm a democratic socialist. I think that we need to build forward towards that with reforms, and I think we need to work with the government. I don't think that we should abandon the state. I also don't think that we should give state elites the complete control over society. I do think that we should work with the state to instill these reforms and then eventually erode capitalism.
But unfortunately, socialism has had hundreds of years to produce results, and it hasn't worked. Do you know why it doesn't work, though?
What, like, in what sense, Patrick? In what sense has socialism had hundreds of fucking years in order to, work? What does that mean? Has socialism, damn, I had no idea that the fucking Paris Commune was actually successful and didn't get fucking overturned by the French state. I had no idea. Yeah, apparently socialism's been around for hundreds of years. The theories behind socialism has been around for not even hundreds of years, right? When did Marx write Capital? 1880? 1870? Something like that? 1860? It hasn't even been hundreds of years. It's been 160 years. It's still a relatively like young system. We can talk about like proto-Marxists and proto-socialists, right? We can do that, right? So let's say like maybe 250 years, something like that, right? Like I'd have to like look into those particular figures. I don't know who exactly would be classified as like the proto-fucking socialists. So sure, like I guess like hundreds of years, but again, I think as every single sort of anti-capitalist is going to be saying here, socialism has just not had a chance to be actually fucking implemented. Not at all. Like, and you can like LARP and complain and bitch and say like, oh, what about like the Soviet Union? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's not fucking actual socialism. Marx would have also said that shit was fucking Lassallean and a fucking goddamn fucking aberrance. Marx would not fucking jive with the Soviet Union whatsoever. So, with that in mind, it's just like, dog, like, there's been no instance whatsoever of any fucking socialist system being fucking put in place. So, like, what is the point of saying all of this? There were socialists before Marx, but the guy that coined the term capitalism was among the first socialists. They've been around at most since the early 1800s. Thank you, Alex. I was not 100% certain about that because I've not looked into any of the early socialists. I assume there's probably would have been like Hegelian types or some shit if I were to take a guess. Marx was a part of the young Hegelians, so you know, like what is like the point of saying that this is a system that hasn't had like any opportunities to come into existence because it's been constantly interfered with by various fucking forces.
It's been sabotaged.
It's been sabotaged, or it's because it forces people to do something they don't want to do.
Does capitalism not do the same?
No, capitalism
There's 7 million people in this country who have to work multiple jobs just to get by.
I have to work multiple jobs for a season.
Bro, fucking no, capitalism does not let you choose. Hey, Patrick Bet David, like you just mentioned earlier, you were talking about monopolization of fucking banks, my bro. Why would you fucking bring that? He's contradicting his own fucking argument. Like, capitalism does not allow you to have choice. Hey, Patrick, why are there only like 2 or 3 fucking food companies that exist? Like major giant fucking food conglomerates that exist within the United States of America. Like only 2 to 3 fucking goddamn pharmaceutical companies. Is that choice? Is that choice, Patrick? That's a little interesting. I bet Patrick Bet David is the dude who goes to like the fucking Walmart for like, I don't know, if he decides to go out for like a little adventure for himself instead of like sending in like whatever slave maidens that he has or some shit to pick up food for him because, you know, he's not going to do any of that peasant work for himself. Like, what is he, a fucking peasant? Like, he probably like goes out every now and again, sees all the different like, I don't know, ice cream flavors or something, or like different like pharmaceutical brands that within the fucking like glass cases behind the fucking lock and key, and just like, oh wow, there's like so much choice here, not realizing that they're all fucking subsidiaries of like 2 other fucking companies. Complete utter fucking nonsense, bro.
Do that because either they do that or they starve. So if the options are to work or to starve, that's not freedom, that's economic coercion.
Respectfully, if you do that for a period of your life, I understand it. If you're doing that for 30 years, you're doing something wrong. You shouldn't be working multiple jobs for the rest of your life.
So first of all, I'm not going to argue with this moral argument. I think that people who...
Again, people work multiple jobs, as has been said by literally everyone here, Patrick. It's not because they're doing anything wrong, you fucking moron. The current economy that exists right now is such that, whoa, few people benefit. Hey, idiot. Again, I'm bringing up the fucking graph. Hey, Patrick, you might want to take a look at this fucking graph. I wonder why people have to work multiple fucking jobs in order to be able to survive, Patrick. Why do they have to work multiple jobs in order to survive, Patrick? It's because no one's getting paid any fucking money in order to be able to survive. That's the fucking reasoning, you fucking moron.
Who live in poverty, especially when we look at how many people live in poverty in this country, and also it depends on how you define the poverty line, but there's 40 million Americans who live below the poverty line in this country. There's 3 guys in this country that own 40% of the wealth. How does that work in a country that is
You really want to go there? You want to go there? Okay, so let's talk about it. So when we talk about the rich people at the top, okay, and you say, well, the rich don't pay enough taxes. Do you know what the bottom 50% of taxpayers in America pay towards the revenue that the government gets in taxes? Do you know what the bottom 50% pays?
Tell me.
2% of taxes. Do you know what the top 1% pays?
There's been several years
Do you know
that
what the top 1%?
nothing.
Do you know?
They've nothing
No,
in
hang on a
federal
second.
taxes.
This is from the IRS. I'm not writing a blog from Huffington Post.
Fucking again. Hey, idiot. Why does this fucking exist? And again, hey, Patrick, if you're so fucking confident in this point, how much did you fucking pay in taxes, Bubby? How much you pay in taxes? Fucking, hey, roll out the fucking papers. How much you pay in fucking taxes last year? How much you pay? How many fucking tax loopholes did you fucking exploit? I mean, hey, if we want to talk about your contributions to the fucking American government that you so love so much, you should be paying more and more of your fucking taxes then, buddy. Why aren't you paying them? You paying your taxes?
This is not Daily Beast. I'm telling you the story. The top 1% pays 42%
I'll say this: the
of all
top 1%
tax
is
revenue.
about to pay a lot less in taxes because of the provision
They'll
that just
actually
went
end
into
up paying
Trump's,
even
your
more
guys'
revenue to the
big
government.
beautiful bill.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was fast.
Hi, I'm Anne.
Anne, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I do want to address part of the claim about poverty, but I also want to address what you brought up about like paying taxes. You said the top 1% pays a large amount of taxes. The problem is that the bottom 2 quintiles can't pay taxes because they quite literally have no wealth. Do you understand that? Like the bottom quintile of the United States doesn't have any wealth. In fact, they're in debt, so they have literally like negative wealth.
Why do you think that is?
I think that's for a lot of reasons. I think that's because workers have been
I'm gonna keep bringing up the graph, dude. It's my favorite graph. I love this graph. Hey, any wage productivity gap enjoyers in the chat? Hey, fucking do the coggers, the poggers, the doggers, my loggers, my, I don't know, fucking, moggers, we mogging Patrick Bet David. Hey, oi, explica, ce se întâmplă aici? Hey. I wonder why. I wonder why people are not able to pay as much in fucking taxes. Huh? I have no idea.
exploited. I think that they haven't had the opportunity to gain social mobility.
Why do you think that is?
Because of exploitation.
You think they're being
I'm gonna keep bringing up the graph, dude. I'm gonna keep doing it.
exploited?
Yes.
Oh, so people are being forced to work at companies. They don't have a choice.
I didn't say that they were.
So people
well,
are being...
they are being forced. If the other option is starve or die.
What job do you have right now? What do you do for a living?
I do work from home stuff. I don't
Okay,
want to disclose
so
that.
you chose to do that, right? That's your choice. Great. If somebody works at Starbucks for...
Not everyone has that fucking choice, buddy. No, not everyone can do that. Not everyone can do it. Not everyone can do it, dude.
As a barista, it's their choice. If somebody has a job that they're working, it's their choice.
Holy shit, dude. Hey, Patrick, do you know anything about the current labor market that exists within the United States? Good luck getting a fucking goddamn job other than, I don't know, Starbucks fucking barista, because there's like no other good jobs. There's no other like good jobs because the economy is fundamentally fucked, my dude.
If somebody is not utilizing their time properly and accordingly, of course the market's
Choice
not going to
how?
pay you
Do you
more.
think that, like, they brought up single mothers earlier. Do you think that single mothers are sitting around playing Fortnite 15 hours a day?
Unfortunately, single mothers were manipulated on what
Is that
happened.
a yes or no?
Single mothers were manipulated by what Lyndon Johnson came out with. They changed the benefits on giving single mothers the incentive to have kids on all the welfare program. That changed our system in a major way.
He's doing the fucking welfare queen moment. Also, it makes sense why he's bringing up these, frankly, rather rank misogynistic fucking talking points, because of the fact that bro is just a fucking misogynist. Like, he's a misogynist. He's a fucking piece of shit, right? Like, the only reason why you fucking bring up talking points like this, the single mothers have been on welfare programs for, like, forever, and that's why, you know, they're just not being incentivized to fucking work like the pigs that they are. Nyeh. They have to exist on the fucking dole of the state. Patrick, weren't you the exact same motherfucker who has said that, well, you know, they have to work multiple jobs constantly? I wonder why they have to work multiple jobs. Because they've made terrible fucking decisions in their lives. It's complete utter fucking nonsense. He's just saying this shit because he's a fucking misogynist. Like, that's it.
Way. The feminist movement got single mothers to believe they don't need men and they're going to do everything by themselves and they don't need a man to help them out. This division that's happened between us...
Why are we fucking bringing up the feminists? What, are we back? Is this ring, fucking 2014 is calling. They want their fucking, dipshit talking points back. Ring.
Many people be in the situation that they're
most
at.
households are 50-50. They're closer to 50-50 today, so that has nothing to do with feminism. Feminism didn't just, like, convince women because they're too stupid to think for
Feminism was one of the
themselves.
worst things that happened in America because it pinned men against women.
Do you think that women are so stupid that they've been...
Ring. Gamergate's calling. Ring. Gamergate's calling. They want their fucking talking points back.
brainwashed. Okay, so you don't think that they've just fallen into this feminist propaganda? You don't think they're idiots?
No, I don't think that. But I do think people can be manipulated
but they're
and brainwashed.
not stupid enough to do that because the majority of people are splitting
there are so many
nearly towards
people that bought
50-50.
into a philosophy that stole decades away from their lives. Decades away from their lives because they bought into an idea that didn't produce the results.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about capitalism.
Yeah, hey, that's a really good point there, Alex. Yeah, for up until the fucking 70s. Hey, Patrick, I got something for you, buddy. When were women able to open bank accounts USA? Oh, 1974, Patrick. I wonder. I can't believe that all these women are being incentivized to be such lazy fucking sluts and not open up businesses and do capitalism better. Dog, they couldn't fucking open a goddamn bank account and own fucking capital or a credit card in their name until the 70s. Fucking utter nonsense, bro.
Is the best economical system that provides the best results for people.
But we can't just jump back and forth between claim to claim to claim. So the claim about feminism brainwashing people into being single mothers.
No, I didn't. I said feminists originally brainwashed women to believe men are the enemy. That led to where we are today.
Complete, utter fucking, just schizo fucking nonsense. This is irrelevant, dude. Like, yeah, dude, it's because of the I don't know, the sexual revolution in the fucking 60s is why you have all these, like, lascivious women, or whatever the fuck. These duplicitous whores. Fucking, just, it's just not nonsense. It's nonsense.
Last
that has
week
led them to
report
being
came
single
in.
Mothers?
Yes, in many cases, because they don't need men.
Do you have evidence for that? You really think a single mother wants to be a single mother?
Absolutely, we have evidence of
You think
that.
the single mother making minimum wage down the road, like working for some grocery store?
I would love to see, like, I don't know, like the Valuetainment, like, policy wonk guy come up with the fucking evidence saying that women are being incentivized to stay as, like, single mothers or whatever the fuck for decades on end, I guess, or some shit, in order to gain as many, like, welfare benefits as possible. I would love to see whatever, like, I don't know, a schizo fucking study that Patrick Bet-David has, like, concocted with his, like, little team of fucking gremlins to justify this particular point that he has. It's complete fucking nonsense, dude.
Having to take care of all of her children is just like, I just don't need a man. I just want to be independent. I'll live in abject poverty and be independent.
What percentage of the U.S. revenue that we get in do you think we use for entitlement programs? What percentage?
I don't remember the exact
percentage. What do you think the number is? So we bring in $4.9 trillion.
We do in private spending.
We bring $4.9 trillion in, okay? The U.S. revenue comes in. What percentage do you think goes to entitlement programs?
I don't know.
What do you think is a reasonable...
We can look this up. Percentage... Also, by the way, him calling them entitlement programs, by the way, very, very telling. This is... like 80s style old welfare queen fucking bullshit, right? He just has a problem with fucking welfare. He hates people on fucking welfare. Percentage of tax revenue, I don't know. Percentage of tax revenue used to pay for social safety nets in the U.S. Yeah, Social Security, by the way, is your fucking tax money. But then again, like, Patrick Bet-David doesn't want people to have fucking Social Security. What's the percentage? Fiscal year 2024, the largest and this is based off of AI overview. Social Security accounted for about 21%. Medicare accounted for 14%, which, by the way, thanks to the one big beautiful bill tripping the pay-go stipulations that exist, that's about to get cut. And additional income security programs represented an additional 10%, combining for around roughly 45% of the federal budget allocated to these social safety net programs. Hey, Patrick, I have a question for you. Maybe if you were paying people more money, then you could pay less money in terms of fucking welfare programs. You know, you wouldn't have to pay as much for them. That's a little interesting. Again, it's people's fucking tax money is what goes into these social safety net fucking programs. Like, I mean, it's just complete fucking nonsense, dude.
number.
What you're calling entitlement programs, I'm actually not sure what you mean by that.
I'm talking about Social Security. I'm talking about
so social
Section
welfare.
8. I'm talking about any of these.
It's much less than other OECD countries.
What percentage do you think
I don't
it is?
remember the exact percentage, but
I
it's
want
much
you
less
to
than
guess.
other
What do you
OECD
think it
countries.
is? You think
We
it's
are
10%,
far behind.
20%, 30%? What do you think the number is?
No, but it's relatively low compared to
But
other
what do
OECD
you think it
countries.
is? Can you guess the number?
I don't remember the number off the top of my head. I've already said that.
68%. How much more?
Well, this says 45% of the federal budget. 68%, you say. Patrick, are you lying, Patrick? Are you lying? We can also look at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. Oh, sure, why not? Let's see. What's the percentages? We know it's it was 21% for Social Security, about 21%. Health insurance, 24%. Defense, 13%. Majority of the budget goes for health, Social Security, and defense. Hey, Patrick. Well, what's going on here? Health insurance and Social Security, those are social safety nets. Okay. That's 45%. What about the rest of this stuff? What, is defense a part of this? Don't think so. Interest on debt? Don't think so. Benefits for veterans and federal retirees? I guess, maybe. What, does he think, like, education programs are social safety nets? They're not. Education's used to pay for public school within the United States of America. Okay. Does he think all of this other stuff is also social welfare? Like transportational budgets? Law enforcement? Science and medical research? Nature and agriculture? Are those social welfare programs? No, these two things are the social welfare fucking programs that exist in the fucking goddamn United States of America. It is 45%. You are lying.
More entitlement.
Can we fact check that?
You can fact check that.
Okay.
Please do so.
Please.
68% goes to entitlement programs.
Of our federal budget?
No, of the revenue that comes in. 68%.
So the capita GDP.
Not GDP. You're confusing the two different things here. Actual tax revenue that we get.
Okay, so tax revenue.
68%
Okay, now
of
we're
it goes
specific.
towards entitlement programs. 68%. Thank you.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Grace?
Yes, Grace.
Good to meet
Hi. I want to say that I think it's pretty comical that an elite such as yourself has the goal to tell us average Americans who's in poverty and who's not. A lot of
I'm an
Real?
average American.
You're
I
not
was a guy that
anymore.
was in poverty.
You're not anymore.
You can
And
also
you're
change.
very.
You can also change.
Anyways,
Do you believe
you're
you can
talking down.
change?
A lot of times that
Yeah.
the market for poverty is actually very low. So a lot of times, like $2 a day is the line for how they measure poverty.
$2.15, yeah.
And that's ridiculous. So if I make $5 a day,
Yeah.
I'm not in
But that's
poverty.
because
I
it's
can,
around the world,
actually
not
live.
in
I can pay
America.
the rent.
Sure.
But we're talking about this country, right? We're not talking about around the world. I've noticed that you like to do that. You like to like skirt from America and talk about other
Yeah,
countries
I've been
to try
saying
to make it
multiple
look like
times,
we're better, but we're
America's
actually
the
getting
greatest
worse.
country in the world.
Anyways, it's the greatest country.
Hands
We're
down,
at
it's not
we
even
are at the
close.
highest that we've ever been with homelessness since we started
Why
collecting
is
data.
that? Ask you, are you from
Because
California?
we haven't had a
Are
pay
you
raise
from
since
California?
2009.
Do you live
Our
here?
minimum wage nationally
Yeah.
is $7.25.
Okay.
And you wonder why we have the highest poverty rate. You think that capitalism's winning?
Thank God she's bringing up the fact that wages have not gone up for God knows how long. It's been, what, since Bush, right? That's when it became 725. Hey, Patrick, that's about 20 fucking years. 20 years it's not gone up. Since Bush, bro. So, whoa, crazy. I wonder why, again, I'll bring up the fucking graph. Wage fucking productivity gap. I wonder why a lot of people in America are struggling, and are impoverished. You know, stuff like this, huge fucking contributor.
Can you survive? Would you like to live off $7.25
I
an
used to
hour?
work for $4.25 at Haagen-Dazs.
Right.
Then I
And that
went
was a
and
very
worked
different
at
time.
Burger King for $4.75.
And how much do you make
Then
now?
I make millions today. Then
Right,
I
and
worked
that's why
at
you
Bob's
like
Big Boy.
capitalism, because we're not all making that.
But
And
the
that's my
difference
point.
is, but
A
the difference
millionaire is
between
critiquing the people in poverty and saying, you should work harder, you should work, you know, you can be lean. We can't all be it.
My hope is that you believe you can change and improve. That you believe you can upgrade yourself. That's my
It's
belief.
very, you know what, that's what...
Everyone fucking believes that, you fucking moron. Like, everyone thinks that they can fucking change and improve. The problem is a lot of people do not think that it is possible for themselves to be able to change and improve more and more because of the fact that we are currently living under a system that has perverse incentives to make people fucking live in heavily fucking impoverished conditions. And there's like dipshits like yourself who are saying like, oh, well, there's like nothing you can do about it. Bro, if you just like keep working harder and harder and harder, then like you're totally going to be able to get out of this. Again, Americans are more productive, more efficient than ever before. Same with like Gen Z and fucking millennials. They are more productive, more efficient than ever before. And dipshits like yourself will still say, like, oh, you just need to fucking work harder. Keep pulling yourself by your bootstraps. Nonsense.
Rich people like you want to keep telling us.
But
You can be just like me. Do you want to be like me? If you work hard enough,
I'm not
you
saying
can be
that.
like me. It's not very
It's
realistic.
actually you wouldn't be able to.
Bro, that's exactly what you're fucking saying. No. You don't give me any of this, like, copium fucking LARP shit. That's exactly what you're saying, Bubby. Like, oh yeah, if you just, like, listen, you just gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps, do what I did, and you'll be successful like me, no problem. Dog, everyone's been fucking trying to do shit like that, and it's not fucking working, and they are still not fucking successful, and are still fucking struggling to this fucking day.
You like me?
And yeah, that's a good point there, Zane. Yeah, we all can't become millionaires. That's literally impossible. Exactly. Patrick Bet-David heavily believes in the sort of idea of the temporarily embarrassed millionaire. He loves that shit.
You wouldn't work that hard. Would you work that hard?
I'm not going to tell you. I don't have to answer that.
If you
I
don't
don't have
choose
to measure my I don't have to measure my work ethic to be worthy.
You don't have to. Then you can't be upset for others who do so. You
I
can't
be upset for people who are struggling.
No, because they work hard.
That's not the fucking argument that Grace is having. Grace is not saying that she's upset for other people who also work hard, you fucking moron. Like, she never fucking said that. Like, why are you bringing this up? Nonsense.
Capitalism, because
But
you
go
think
back to
that you have
homelessness.
to work so hard.
Do you live in the state of California?
I do.
Okay, you said homelessness.
Yes.
What do you think about your Governor Newsom? What do you think about him?
I don't like him. I'm a progressive. He doesn't do enough for the people.
Do you know when he was...
He takes corporate money.
Fantastic.
He takes money from people like
when
you.
He was,
he's not
I've never given him money. But do you know when he first became a governor?
I would never give him money.
But when he became a governor first, from then till today, he's raised the amount of homelessness in this state by 36,000 people.
Okay, I don't
He was
like the guy, but
given
he's not at fault for
24
homelessness.
billion
People like you are. Billionaires like you are the
gave him
problem.
24 billion. Taxpayers
I believe it.
gave
I
him
don't like that
$24 billion, and he didn't do nothing with it.
Vote him out. Vote him out.
You
He's
vote
just
him out.
like
You
you.
have him. It's not that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not here
Boy Meets Mini. From what I understand, a big reason for homelessness within California is because of a lot of corruption within the sort of, nonprofits that are meant to help take care of homelessness. And there's been a lot of problems and a lot of controversies with those particular sort of nonprofits, where they do a lot of fucking pocketing of the money for themselves, and they do a lot of, like, corrupt, shady deal fucking bullshit, right? That is, again, a problem with the profit motive, with the profit incentive that currently exists within capitalism that encourages corrupt fucking behaviors, Patrick. Yep, nonprofit corruption, almost no public housing, YIMBYs, I think you mean NIMBYs, not YIMBYs, etc. Thank you, Boy Meets Mini.
You can
like,
go.
You're not much different than him. That's all I'm saying. You're in the same class.
But you're sitting here blaming a person who's changed their lives for the better, and it's their fault. My dad was.
This is not the United States of Patrick Bet-David.
Do you know
this
where?
is the United States of America.
I know, and I'm so
all of our
grateful to
people.
be here. I'm
and you
so
say
grateful
that,
to be
but are you
here.
willing to pay more taxes so that other people don't suffer? Or are you willing to pay more taxes so other people don't suffer? I see you're starting the question. You're not willing.
My dad was a cashier in Inglewood at a 99-cent store. We had nothing. No, I don't tell you that's great. We had nothing. I'm the guy that had. No, I'm the guy that had a. But what you don't want to hear is that because it's the truth. Can I ask you a question? When's the last time you read a business book? When's the last time you read a self-help book?
I don't need to answer that.
When's the last time you read a self-help book?
I read a self-help book. I'm a writer. I'm a creative.
Tell me what self-help book you read.
I'm not.
Give me one. Give me one.
There's no, like,
are you willing to take one recommendation?
Yeah, did you read a self-help book? Did you read some fucking Jordan Peterson? Why the fuck does that matter, bro? Like, read some 12 Rules of Life. Read my fucking dumb fuck book of, like, litigious fucking propaganda. Like, who the fuck cares about your stupid, dumb fucking dipshit ass book, bro?
No,
you're not. Then I can't help you.
That's okay. I don't need your help. I didn't come here for your help. I came here to debate you. Good.
Awesome. What's your name? Armin?
Yep, Armin Crow. When you said capitalism is the best form of economic organization the world has ever seen, it made me think of a very particular picture from history. So I don't know if you know this, it's a little history lesson. In 1900, King Leopold II of Belgium determined that the entire land of the Democratic Republic of the Congo was his personal property. And within 10 years, capitalists came out, they exploited all the land, extracted trillions of dollars of resources. 15 million Congolese died. For reference, the Holocaust killed 6 million people. And the most famous picture from that time in history is a rubber worker staring at the disembodied hands of his 8-year-old daughter because he didn't hit his rubber quota. I'm willing to bet that man worked harder to hit that rubber quota than anything you've ever worked for in your entire life. And I think when you say this is the best system that's ever been created, to me, that's the result. That's what happens when there's no rules.
It's devastating when you hear stories like that. I don't disagree with you. They had it hard. They worked very hard, and they had risk on the line. Many times it was their lives that was on the line. And you see that in many different places when you go back and study history. That's why today in America, that can't happen. In America, you have a choice to do what you want to do with your
Israel would like to say otherwise. Hey, Patrick, I don't think that's the argument that you want to do. I don't think so. I think like Israel would like to say otherwise, my friend.
Life. When we go back and look at those stories, we can go to see what communism did. How many lives were killed because of communism control?
Bro, how many lives were killed because of Manifest Destiny, bro? How many fucking indigenous people were killed because of that shit? No, like, whoa, what we want to play the whataboutism game? Okay, Bengal famine, the British Raj. How many people were fucking killed? Hey, Blue Meats Mini, give me some fucking numbers. How many people were killed by the British during the time of the British Raj? I can say that it's probably been millions. Yeah, sure. Stalin, very, very bad. Nowhere near as bad in comparison to the fucking British Raj. Hundreds of millions? Thank you. How about, listen, Patrick Bet David, just for you, buddy. How many people did the British kill during the British Raj? We want to do fucking whataboutisms? Sure. It's impossible to give an exact number for British killings during the Raj, but a 2022 study estimates that British colonial policies were responsible for approximately 100 million excess deaths in India between 1881 and 1920. Hey, Patrick. Hey, guess what? That's a fucking undercount, you fucking dumbass, because guess what? The British Raj has been in existence since the 1700s. Fucking moron.
You don't need to go through that number. You hear the numbers between 60 to 100 million. We can go that route. But if you're talking about which provided the best economical system today,
Damn, hey, guess what? In terms of the people who were killed by communism, the British Raj alone blows them the fuck out of the water by a factor of 3 to 5.
Judge it by how many want to go live somewhere that gives you that opportunity, and that is America.
Do you know why kids can't work in America?
Why kids can't work in America?
Why there's child labor laws.
Yeah, because of child labor laws.
It was labor unions. They were getting shot at by police officers to fight for the weekend, to fight for the 40-hour work week. Another good example is the 1908 mill children strike. It was thousands of kids who were working 80-hour work weeks, striking so they would only have to work 50 a week. That's what happens when there's no rules, right? And then the government had to come in and say, you can't employ children. So I think capitalism
itself... We don't disagree here with that. I don't think we're sitting here talking about child labor. Are you hearing me talking about capitalism?
Bro, like, you would... Listen, buddy, if you could have fucking child labor laws back, you fucking would. Don't give me any of this fucking complete utter nonsense. Nah. Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit, bro.
Is the best system because it provides child labor in America?
I'm saying that capitalism, there's no guardrails inherently.
Hey, Patrick. I have bad news for you. I have really, really bad news for you. What is it? Arkansas child labor law. Patrick. Sarah Huckabee Sanders did a significant rollback of child labor laws within Arkansas. They're coming back, buddy. Child labor laws are coming back. How about this, 14-year-old migrant worker meat packing plant. Patrick. That's not it. Where's the story of the 14-year-old migrant worker who died in like a fucking what is it? It was a meat packing plant. Oh, here we go. This is it. Patrick, miner who died in a poultry accident, got the job with the identity of a 32-year-old company confirms. Oh, this is the same thing I opened before. Hey, Patrick! Why was there a miner working in a fucking poultry plant? Why? In Alabama, there's 14-year-olds working in car plants. Very, very cool.
The government has to come in. People have to go and organize. And I think what you've seen for the past 50 years under neoliberal politics is that slowly being chipped away. All the good things of the New Deal, like Social Security, the 40-hour work week.
I do think you need law and order, but also at times, the amount of rules you put in place can prevent incentives. Right now, if you think about drones, warfare is changing, okay? And 70 to 80% of all drones that are being built today are being built by a company called DJI in China. Ukraine was building 1,000 drones a day at $500 and going and hitting $5 million equipment of Russia, destroying them. 68% of their attacks was from drones. When you come to America, look at us. We're at 1 to 2% at the top. Let me explain my point to you here. Part of it is overregulation. Overregulation, FAA laws, this laws, that laws. So 500 startups that got into the drone business,
Hey, dumbass, why do you think a lot of those fucking laws and regulations generally exist? Is he, bro? He's making the abunda argument. He's a abunda. He's got the abunda. He's got the abunda. He's doing abunda. Let's go abunda. Let's get our fucking abundas out there. Like, yeah, it's because of like fucking whatever stupid dumb fuck abunda law fucking bullshit. Yeah, fuck complete nonsense, bro.
Because it's over-regulation. Many cases, when you say, I want to put this rule in place, great, another person, no, I want to go this much. No, I want to go this much. No, I want to go this much. It eventually gets to the point that it chokes the innovator, and that's also not good.
I would disagree. I think
yeah, dude, the innovator is being fucking choked out of the fucking economy, bro. Yeah, totally, man. Fucking complete nonsense, dude.
Regulation is the reason why there's no lead in our gas. You were talking about incentives. The only incentive that really matters to a good capitalist is profit. It is profitable to put lead in the gas. It doesn't matter if it lowers the IQs of kids living nearby by 15 points.
Unfortunately, someone's convinced you at a young age that these capitalists are bad people.
Well,
that they're terrible human beings.
Why are they fighting against taking lead out of their gas?
Think about it this way. You know, the main thing, I don't know if you know Michael Burry. You ever seen the movie Big Short? At the end of the movie where it says Michael Burry now is focused on water because he thinks water is the future gold or whatever he calls it, right? Okay. Go to the company that's Coca-Cola, that sells Coke. And how much criticism have you had over the years with Coke, right?
I think Nestle's had a lot of criticism because they don't think water is a human right for the...
That's a different conversation. If I may finish the point, one thing with Coca-Cola is the following. Do you know even Coke got to a point that they realized in order for Coca-Cola to be around 50 years from now, 100 years from now, they went and invested billions of dollars to fix the water issue around the world. They're trying to get cleaner water. Capitalists eventually get forced to take care of the person because having lead in the water is just not a good policy.
Patrick, I have bad news for you, buddy. Let's get our friends ExxonMobil. Patrick, this is not a good fucking argument. ExxonMobil knew about global warming in the 70s. Patrick, this is not a good fucking argument, buddy. Yes, ExxonMobil and its predecessor Exxon knew about global warming in the 1970s. Why weren't they doing anything about global warming, my dude? Why weren't they doing anything about it? Patrick, this is not a good argument. This is a really bad argument.